Ow, they did one of them Nintendo Directs.
They did.
And they showed off some stuff.
Yeah, they showed off a lot of stuff. And I saw somebody say, like, oh, there's going to be Nintendo Direct. And it's like, huh, interesting. And then it just showed up and like, oh, okay, this is a Nintendo Direct. It showed up a lot.
It was weird. Like this, I'm not saying this is in a bad way, but it was weird.
The Direct?
Yeah.
I was stoked. I was real happy about it, but we could talk about that as we go along.
Like, just some of the things they announced are just things you're just like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This came out of left field.
Yep.
Anyways, yes.
Several of those.
Yeah, that is true. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Season Language Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, and manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Ladium.
Hello.
This is episode number 269. It is nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct that happened, last Wednesday, Thursday? It's one of those days.
The 9th.
The 9th was a Wednesday. So, yeah, last Wednesday. Because we couldn't talk about it last week because it hadn't happened yet.
Nope.
As that is usually the case. But, yeah.
Yeah, we can't do that kind of thing.
Like you said, they kind of were just like, hey, we're doing one of these. And everyone's like, oh, okay. All right. And no real expectations other than I think they said, like, hey, we're going to focus in on stuff that's coming out in the first half of 2022 type dealio. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, last time they did that, it was, like, not really the case.
They said mostly, so at least there was that.
Yeah. So, like I said, going into this, a lot of people really just didn't have any expectations whatsoever, like, what exactly was going to be here. Like, the one thing I knew they would probably talk about was, like, the Kirby game, because that's out next month or so. So I figured we'd get, like, a deep dive into that or something, but other than that, I was like, shrug shoulders.
So I'm blanking on the name because I'm stressed.
Having a day.
I'm having a day. But there's a dude that I follow. Yes, here we go, I think. That was saying, like, I think that something with Earthbound is going to be there because like somebody related to Earthbound,
like the creator or something.
Creator was like tweeting about the Direct.
I saw that, and that got people like, Mother 3 time, and I was like, that ain't happening, let's be real. Like, yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, they're just gonna put like Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings maybe on the Switch Online stuff, and that's gonna be it.
I figured it would be Earthbound on Switch Online, but but yeah, so like people suspected something had to do with Earthbound, and that was about what the expectations I saw was Earthbound and Kirby.
Yeah, like going into this, I was like, they're probably not going to talk about Zelda. That's not going to be a thing.
I honestly would have like felt 100% comfortable saying like they're not going to show Zelda, and I will bet my entire right leg on that. And
you still have a right leg.
I still have a right leg, and I would 100% have like felt comfortable making that bet because I knew that I would keep my right leg.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was kind of a given, at least in terms of my thinking process. But yeah, other than that, I was like, Kirby, I don't know. I guess that's all I could think of. And then they just came out with like a bunch of stuff that I was like, all right, didn't see this coming.
And a lot of them are like brand new announcements.
Yeah. Like
reveals.
Some stuff on here had been rumored for sure, but like a lot of it, like you said, is pretty new stuff. Did you see the thing going around today about the guy who faked being a Nintendo insider on Twitter?
No.
He basically, he works for like a game thing of some sort, but he was basically like, yeah, so I basically made a Twitter account like 2 days before the Direct and just privated it so no one could see the tweets or anything, and just tweeted out a bunch of dumb like announcement reveals or like, oh hey, this is gonna happen, and then once the Direct happened and I hit on a couple of them, I deleted all of the ones that weren't right and just left the ones that were right up, and then basically like posted it on GameFAQs. I'd be like, oh hey, there was this Twitter account that had like these things right, and like that started getting picked up by people, and it started going viral. Of being like, oh, this
my
Twitter account
God.
knew what was going to happen in the direct, and then he like came out today and was like, or like over the weekend or something with a video. Was like, yeah, this is how I faked all this.
Oh my God.
Which like that's very funny given like the state of like Nintendo insiders on Twitter and all that sort of stuff.
That's legit like the modern equivalent of like my uncle's friend works at Nintendo.
Yeah, or
And
like
he said this.
or I found a list of games being revealed at E3 off of like in a trash can.
Right.
So that was funny, but yeah, let's talk about this Nintendo Direct. Also, shouts out to the PlayStation Vita.
The Vita.
10 years ago, it came out in North America. Hashtag
Vita never
Vita
die.
never die. For true, and that is
You were a real one.
for true. Let's talk about this Nintendo Direct. I missed like the first couple of announcements because like my computer decided, hey, I don't want to run YouTube, and I was like, ugh!
Yeah, I just
So-
decided to kind of poop.
So I definitely missed getting my hopes up, and then immediately just destroyed with the first announcement. Hey, they're making a new
Man.
Fire Emblem Warriors game. Hey,
That part was like, ah.
yeah, it's based off of
Yeah.
3 Houses.
Yeah, that was hugely disappointing to me.
Fire Emblem Warriors was very good.
It was a very good game.
And I get like, yeah, of course they would do this because 3 Houses was incredibly successful for them, but also just, man.
Yeah, big bummer.
Koei Tecmo, make a Muso game out of a property that doesn't suck challenge. You
Yeah.
failed twice now.
Yep.
Also, it just looks like they're like retconning 3 Houses
Yeah.
or something, or they're doing something in that way, which is it's just funny to me. That part's
It's-
funny.
I have no idea what they're like even trying to do here, but yeah, it's that sure was an announcement, and I felt bad because I was yelling about something else later on that happened in the direct. So I was like, "Oh, what are you excited about, Fire Emblem?" I'm like, "No, I hated that game."
Oh, son.
And then I felt bad because it's like, "Oh, that was kind of a jerk way for me to put it," but I did hate that game. So,
Yeah, whatever.
eh. Well, I mean, like people would assume like, "Oh, it's a Muso game; she's gonna be into it." It's like,
True.
well, I kind of have to like the property going in.
I mean,
or,
I have
you know,
access to that Persona Muso game. If we ever want to
I
look
do
at
too.
that. Okay.
because it was one of the free games.
Yeah, I added it to the library, but I did not download it. I was like, all right,
I
I'll
added
just
it to
grab
the
this.
library.
Maybe one day I'll be like, I guess I'll try this.
I added it to the library, did not download.
But yeah, I'm kind of glad I missed that because I would have been very excited for a second and then incredibly disappointed.
Welcome to my life.
Yes.
Because I was real jazzed and then I got very unjazzed super quick.
Poor Al.
I know.
That is hitting in June, by the way, so that is a very quick turnaround,
Very quick.
which is going to be the case for a lot of these games coming up.
Yeah.
After that, they talked a little bit more about Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. It's got voiceovers and
Well.
other stuff. It's Advance Wars. That is coming
Yeah.
out on April the 8th. I think that got delayed last year or
That was
something.
delayed last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So that's the thing. No Man's Sky is coming to the Switch, which is surprising.
Can't say I expected that one.
No. That is coming this summer. It is not a cloud version, which I was surprised by.
That is surprising, actually.
So I'm going to be curious to see how that actually runs on a Switch. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if you have never played No Man's Sky and you basically missed all of the hoopla about it, when it came out originally, like, that game's pretty all right now.
Yeah.
That game is basically the version they were kind of touting when it was like originally supposed to be released. So like, hey, that game's pretty all right now. So if you want to play it, like now, there's no better time to play it than now. But maybe not on
Didn't they-
Switch. I don't know.
Didn't they kind of like Final Fantasy 14 it in a way, but like obviously not as good, but isn't that what they kind of did?
Yeah, kind of. They just basically continued to work on it in subtle manners and they pushed out like quite a few like big updates to it. So like there's like base building in the game. There's like I think more actual multiplayer in the game now. There's like bigger ships you can run and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot more just like stuff they added to the game to make it like more than what it was
they
at launch.
thought it was going to be.
Yeah, so they put that game in a much better place than what it was at launch. Like what? Oh God, when did No Man's Sky come out? Was that like 5 years ago almost now?
Oh my God.
Which is, oh God.
Time isn't real.
No, time is not real. Come on, Google. You do the Google thing. Google. Google.
Go Google.
That cannot be true.
Oh no.
No Man's Sky originally released in August of 2016. That game is almost 6 years old.
What?
Oh man.
No. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Initial release on August 2016 for PlayStation and PC and Xbox One in July 2018. Oh man.
Oh man, did you just see the breaking news?
Breaking news, the Nintendo is shutting down the Wii U and 3DS eShops in March of 2023, which is not surprising because I thought they tried to do that before.
Probably did.
Also, I don't have a Wii U that works anymore, so that doesn't hinder me.
I do have a Wii U that works.
I don't know if there's anything on the 3DS that I need to get before it shuts down, but maybe that's a figure that out in another time and day thing. But yeah, No Man's Sky is going to be 6 years old this year.
That's crazy.
That's just ridiculous. Okay.
Crazy.
Didn't need my mind blown by that. But yeah, that's coming out this summer at some point. Following that, we got a new Mario sports game. Mario Strikers Battle League. It's time for Mario to hit the pitch again. Oi.
Oi.
I'm going to Google when is the last time they did a Mario Strikers game, but I'm not going to actually Google that. I'm just going to type in Mario Strikers. Because I figured that would just be easier, and that would get me to a franchise page of some sort. Because there was a GameCube one, right?
There's the GameCube one. For some reason, I was thinking there was one on the Wii, but I could be wrong. But there's definitely the GameCube one.
Right. Sequel Mario Strikers Charge was released on the Wii, and then I think that was it.
Right. I think so. I was right. Yay!
So yeah, they have not. I mean, basically, they haven't done like other sports games in a good while that weren't tennis and golf.
Right.
So this was another big kind of like, huh?
Well, Mario Strikers on the Cube was a pretty big game. So.
Right. Yeah. So interesting that they're bringing that back. It has a interesting art style to it.
I like the art style. But Strikers has always had, or Mario Strikers has always had a bit of a different art style than other Mario sports games.
Right. I mean, hey,
it's kind of like a paint outside the lines kind of.
Yeah. I think it's cool that they're doing more sports games. I hope eventually we get Mario Baseball back. And just do all of the Marios. Just do all sports for Mario. Give me a Mario basketball game.
Oh my God. Wasn't there a Mario basketball game?
I know there's like Mario in like NBA Street. I don't know if there's like an actual Mario basketball game though. I'm going to Google
Maybe that's what I was thinking about.
I'm Googling Mario Hoops 3-on-3 for the DS. Is a Mario basketball game.
So it did exist.
Yes, but it was a DS game, so like... It is the first Mario basketball game ever to be released, although characters from the series have appeared in the Nintendo GameCube version of NBA Street V3. So I guess that is the only Mario basketball games that are out there. Also, this game was developed by Square Enix, if you want just to have... And the composer of this game is the composer who does all the music for Final Fantasy XIV now.
Wow.
If you want to also just feel very weird.
Wow.
So there's that. The more you learn.
I feel like you need to play that at some point.
I need to listen to the soundtrack of that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Anyways, that's coming out on June 10th. Another quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Nintendo is like, hype is popping off this summer because we have Fire Emblem, we have Mario, and then our next game comes out in the summer, and also No Man's Sky. Splatoon 3, they showed off some new additions to Salmon Run, which was their PvE mode or the Horde mode in Splatoon 2 that they added, and this is basically just the same except there's some new enemies and abilities and all that sort of stuff. Kind of a really weak trailer for this game, if I'm being honest.
Is Splatoon 3 out?
No, it's coming out this summer.
Okay, so this is just like the co-op mode they're showing
Yes.
off. Okay.
Which I'm being
I
honest,
wasn't
like,
sure if this was an addition or if it was already out of blah blah blah.
no,
You're
this
like,
is
go
just
ahead.
another mode they're putting in the game, but it was in the previous game as well. So, but if I'm being honest, like, I don't really know if I want to play Splatoon 3 because like all they've shown is like, yeah, we're doing more stuff, but I'm like, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what you did with Splatoon 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those games are good, but it's just like there's not a whole lot more that's like that I'm really like, oh man, I can't wait to go play another one of these.
I just want to watch Corona play it.
Yeah,
That's really all I want.
that's true. That, like I said, that's coming out in summer, so another summer release.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see if any of these get pushed back at all because like they are really like popping
It's
up
a
summer.
packed summer.
Yeah, but also like summer, I guess could be like June to like September.
Yeah.
Per se, so that is that. After that, we go to our friends at Square Enix, who are saying, "Hey, we're gonna remake the first two Front Mission games."
Yep.
Everyone's like, "Huh?"
Huh?
Front Mission first remake coming this summer, another summer game,
Another
and
summer.
then Front Mission 2 remake coming in the future.
Yep.
So if you want your tactical RPGs but with giant mechs, here you go.
Woo.
Another just, huh.
Huh.
I mean, cool. Like more companies should go back in their back catalogs and bring back old games.
Yeah.
It's a bold take, I know, but it's what they should do. Also coming out this summer, Disney Speedstorm is a Disney kart racing game,
Sure is.
and I believe it is also free to play.
It is free to play.
So, like, sure, I guess. I mean, that's a thing. I hope
It is very
Sora
strange.
Kingdom Hearts is in this game.
That would be hilarious. I mean, like, Jack Sparrow is in this game. Mulan is in this game. It's like, what is this game?
You know this game's going to be, like, bad with microtransactions.
Oh, 100,000%.
Like, how much do you want to
yes.
bet, like, the way you get characters is, like, through gacha or something like that?
I mean, it's Disney.
Yeah.
And it's a free to play game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's going to be rough, but, like, I mean, hey, if the kart racing's competent, like, I guess it could be worse.
I mean, I don't know if it has online co-op. I don't remember.
I don't know if they
But,
really
like,
said. I think there's like, hey, Disney, carts,
Yeah.
free to play. All right, later.
I would be willing to like give it a shot if you and I could play it as chaotic as we normally do, but
Yeah.
I would not spend money on it
No.
because Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it was a kart racing game.
yeah, that is true.
Not the first kart racing or not the last kart racing game that will show up in this. Direct.
No, that is also true. After that, they showed off a game coming out on 420.
Blaze it.
Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Yo, didn't see that one coming.
No. Also, apparently, like, they're basing it off of the Wii version of
The Wii
this,
version.
which,
Yes.
like, that seems like a bad idea. But hey, like, if this direct is about anything, it's about, hey, do you remember these games from the 90s? Hey, do you remember these Xbox 360 games? Because there's
we got it for you.
the Switch is here for you. And speaking of 360 games,
Yep.
Yep. By the time this comes out, this will be out. The Assassin's Creed Ezio collection.
I mean, to be fair, I like the SEO games.
Yeah,
but,
like Assassin's Creed 2 is good. Brotherhood's good. I didn't play the third one. I played a little bit of the third one, but like I think by that point I was kind of like, this maybe one too many games here.
the formula got old at that point.
Yeah, that was the time where a lot of people were like, man, the Assassin's Creed formula is really starting to break, and then they made still like 5 more games in that formula afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, they were just releasing a lot at the time.
Mm-hmm. Sure were. They said they did some work to these. I think these are also out on like other consoles, so I'm guessing it's just the same work they did on those versions.
Mhm.
But if you've never played Assassin's Creed 2, I guess you can get it on the Switch now.
Woo!
Because, I mean, it's a console that can definitely play 360 games. It's got basically the same hardware in it, roughly in terms of like specs. There's not a 360 in my Switch, unless I modded it. I did not mod it. Nintendo cops do not come after me. Our first game that does not really have a release date, but coming 2022, not summer. SD Gundam Battle Alliance. If you want some super deformed Gundams, here you go. And it's probably also like a tactical RPG, because that's usually how these games are. Actually, I don't remember what this was, because I saw SD Gundam and I was like, eh. Never been an SD Gundam person.
I'm surprised because you are a Gundam person.
Right, but like I've tried the games, like all the games, like
just not for you.
They were never for me, and just I don't know. The art style is kind of eh. I think they aired like an SD Gundam anime on TV back in the day, and I tried watching it a little bit of it, and I was just like, eh. Yeah. So we got that, and then afterwards we got a game that had been heavily rumored for months at this point.
Yes, there have been rumors about this for a while, and I'm glad that they're true.
Coming out on April the 7th, 2022, the Chrono Cross remaster. Which is very important to say. It's not a remake.
It's not a remake.
It is basically getting the Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9 remaster treatment.
Yes.
So yeah,
they cleaned up the models, and basically that's it.
And they added in some of like the battle support stuff that those games have as well.
True.
So like that's cool. Also, they're translating and putting in Satellaview things in this. Or was that a different game? Was that this?
No, it's this one.
It's
the Radical Dreamers content.
Yeah, they're putting in Satellaview stuff in this, and I was just like, "Yo, they mentioned Satellaview. They mentioned Satellaview on this direct."
Yeah,
Nintendo knows it.
We were yelling about that afterwards. That I was like, "Yo, it's 2022, and they're talking about Satellaview," and I was saying like, "Oh man, Nintendo remembered it," and you said, "No, Square Enix remembered it."
Yeah, the one time Square Enix is like a bud.
And I was like, "Oh well, Nintendo mentioned it on the direct at least, so they
true.
know the word."
They do know the word. That's cool.
2022, we get this Satellaview mentioned.
I'm all about more Satellaview content. Also, I think this is gonna be like $20, which like sure.
Yeah, it's cheap.
I'll take that. I've never played Chrono Cross.
It's a very good game.
To some people, yes, it is a controversial game, is how I would describe it.
Yeah, I would. That's fair. Because it's not Chrono Trigger.
It is not Chrono Trigger.
It's nothing like Chrono Trigger, so people were like, "What's this?"
Mm-hmm.
I think if you just separate it mentally from Chrono Trigger as much as possible, like, and just take it as it is a good game. If you're expecting like this is a sequel to Chrono Trigger,
right,
then you're gonna be disappointed.
Right.
I think that's the best way to do it, honestly.
Yeah. But I mean, like we said, like this had been in the rumors for a good long time that this was getting made, so it's cool that this is out there, and also that like, hey, it seems they're doing, some just the Final Fantasy remasters kind of stuff that they had done for those games, so like those are always good, and I liked what they did with those. And hey, putting more Satellaview content out there, A+ in my book.
And it's cheap. I mean, like $20 is not bad. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna buy it on. Like, I don't.
Yeah, because it's not like a Switch exclusive. It's basically out on everything.
But I don't know what I'm gonna get. I might get on Switch because of portability, and portability is nice.
Mm-hmm. After that, they showed off some more Kirby, which that game is out next month, by the way.
Sure is.
March 25th. We got the reveal of Mouthful mode.
Yep, Kirby ate a car.
Kirby just envelops a car. Kirby envelops a cone.
Didn't he like get a vending machine or something at one point? Like,
he's absorbing everything.
He's a menace.
It's very funny.
He's a menace.
That game is so weird looking.
It is,
because like when the thought of like Kirby games come to mind, like this is not what a Kirby game is, and like this is what we talked about when this game was initially announced, but like it has not changed in the time since.
No, I have it pre-ordered because I'm actually interested in this switch up here.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to see what they do with it.
Yeah, I'm playing through my first Kirby game right now.
Kirby? Which one?
The NES one.
Oh, Kirby.
It is definitely a curb.
It is. Yeah, I mean there is a Kirby formula.
True. So yeah, that is coming out, like we said, next month, and then that mouthful mode just looks real goofy and dumb in the best kinds of ways.
It's so funny. I could see that being meme worthy.
Oh, it's already become meme worthy.
Good.
After that, they showed off. They brought Shohei Ohtani in, and they brought also Shohei Ohtani in to show off MLB The Show 2022 on the Switch, and it looked terrible.
I just remember asking you, like, in that Corone's boy, and you're like, yep.
And then the weird announcer guy.
The weird announcer guy. What was going on with that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
it was
here's
an
a
odd
weird
choice.
puppet man.
Yay.
So yeah, that's coming out the Switch, which is still surprising because that is a Sony made game.
Yep,
Please
sure
remember.
is.
But also, it just looks like a PS3 version of MLB The Show, and it's probably not going to run well. Let's be real.
Probably not. There are better places to get that, I'm sure.
100%, because it's going to be on Game Pass, and also on the Sony consoles if you have that. But also, like, that's going to be how you're going to be able to watch and play baseball while they're in a lockout. So,
What?
yeah, the baseball is going to get delayed because the owners locked out the players.
I don't know what that means.
The players want to renegotiate their collective bargaining agreement, and the owners are like, no.
Ah, okay. So anti-union stuff.
Yes. So
Jerks.
no baseball happening currently.
Rip.
Only in video games. Still cool that they're bringing that out on the Switch. Like it's still wild.
Yeah.
After that,
speaking of rip.
Yeah, MLB The Show coming out April 5th, by the way. Kingdom Hearts cloud games. Those are out.
Yep.
All the Kingdom Hearts games on Switch, but they're cloud versions.
Cloud versions.
I played...
Not Cloud Strife.
No. I mean, he's in those games.
Yes, he is, but they're not the Cloud Strife versions, unfortunately.
I played the demo of the cloud versions. I played, like, a little bit of the beginning of 2.
Mm-hmm.
Seems fine.
Really?
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously it's going to depend on, like, your internet situation and all that.
Right.
Because it's a cloud version, but, like, I didn't really have any hiccups with it, so I was like, this is all right. I can't complain. I've heard other people say different things, though, but, like, in my personal experience, it worked fine in my very limited time I had with it, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but also, those games are also out everywhere else, so, like.
Everywhere else.
Other places you can get them that aren't cloud versions, if that is a deal breaker for you.
But that's out now.
That is out now, yes.
It was, like, the next day at that point, but.
All them Kingdom Hearts out on the Switch.
If you want to get super convoluted.
Gorsh!
Have Goofy die.
Leon!
No. No. No.
Oh, man. After that, they showed off another game coming out, or another collection of games coming out in the summer, July 8th to be exact. Also, another one that came out of nowhere. They're bringing Klonoa and Klonoa 2 to the Switch.
That came out of nowhere.
I was just like, huh?
I did not expect that.
What?
But, like, cool.
Yeah. The only thing that...
Still unexpected.
The only thing this made me think, though, is that, like, when are they going to bring back Tomba? Give me Tomba. Give me a remaster of Tomba. That's what I'm here for.
I wonder if this is going to lead to, like, more Klonoa stuff.
I don't know. How many Klonoa games were there?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if there would be any new stuff.
Like a new game? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look up how many Klonoa games there were. Because, like, Klonoa was a thing in the 90s and the 2000s and then just stopped.
Right.
So let's see here. The Klonoa Wikipedia page.
Thanks, Klonoa Wikipedia page.
Here are the video games. Door to Phantom Mill. It's the first one. That was on the PlayStation. Moonlight Museum was on the Wonder Swan.
Whoa.
Lunatee's Veil, which is Klonoa 2, on the PlayStation 2. Empire of Dreams was a GBA game. Beach Volleyball. Now, there we go.
Woo!
which was a PlayStation 1 game. Did not come out over here except Japan and Europe. Dream Champ Tournament is a GBA game. Klonoa Heroes Densetsu no Star Medal is a GBA game that I don't think came out over here. There was a Klonoa standalone Wii game. And then that was it after 2008 until these two new ones came out, or these remasters of the first two. I think it's the first two.
I think so. I don't remember.
It features Fantasy Reverie series, which features remasters of the Wii version of Klonoa Door to Phantom Mill and the original Klonoa 2 Lunatee's Veil. So there you go.
Still very unexpected.
Still very unexpected.
But yeah, people are stoked, and I'm glad for them.
Yeah. That's cool.
It's very, very cool.
Hopefully those are all right for the people who want those.
I hope so.
After that, we got more old games coming back.
Yo, this was something that was really unexpected.
Coming out later this year, a Portal collection of Portal 1 and Portal 2.
Yep.
Which, like, sure, like, you know, outside of just, like, the normal scope of things, you're just like, okay, Portal coming to Switch, yeah, sure. But also you have to think, like, Valve's putting out games on the Switch. Valve doesn't do this stuff.
Nope.
So, like, that's weird.
Yep.
But sure. I think they should have just put the orange box on Switch.
I would have been okay with that.
I want to play a bad version of Team Fortress 2 on the Switch.
Woo!
A very outdated version.
Oh, man. You still need to play Portal 2, right?
We had been playing it co-op.
Co-op, but not the story mode.
Yeah, but also I have a potato of a computer.
Well, time to get on the Switch so that you can enjoy Portal 2.
15 years after the fact. Probably more than that.
I don't even want to know. Time isn't real.
True. That's coming out, like they said, this year. They didn't give a date. After that, probably one of the wildest things they put out on here.
I was not expecting this.
No. July 22nd, they're putting out a 2D, 3D, or 2D HD remake-ish of Live Alive.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? I guess for those unaware, this is a Square RPG that came out on the Super Nintendo, but never came out over here.
Mm-hmm.
And has never come out over here until now. And it's like supposedly very, very good.
Yeah.
But
I've
never
heard
came out over
about
here.
It.
I was literally looking through like fan translations the other day and saw Live Alive, and I was just like, thinking about it. And then they announced this, and I was just like, what?
I mean, like, I'll definitely play it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's going to be expensive because like they are actually putting work into this, or like more work than like say the Chrono Cross remaster.
Right.
But that's wild.
I mean, I'm glad that like it's actually coming over. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's real cool.
Finally.
Took them almost 30 years, but they did it.
Woo!
After that, we got another weird, just out of the blue announcement. Hey, we're getting a sequel to Wii Sports called Nintendo Switch Sports, coming out the April 29th. So that's in a couple of months. Huh.
Oh, that reminds me. The registering is happening right now.
So yeah, you can get that into that beta.
Like literally just started.
Should probably get into that. But anyways, yeah, Wii Sports. It's now Nintendo Sports. It has bowling, and that's basically kind of all you want. And then they're gonna add like golf later on. I think it's like $40 though.
It was more expensive than I expected it to
I mean, the physical version comes with like a leg strap for some of the games.
Yeah.
But also like Wii Sports was a pack-in.
Yeah. It has like badminton in it.
Yeah, but also like Wii Sports was a pack-in.
No, I wasn't justifying the price. I was just saying like changes. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like obviously there are new things that they are putting into this. Like there's like new
volleyball.
enhanced Wii's or Mii's that they're putting into this or something.
Also, we have to talk about them playing it
Yeah,
on the direct because that was wild. And then like just yeeted himself off the screen at one point.
that was something.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna show this off." We. It was a wild. I mean, I'm gonna try out the beta. I literally just registered for it
Because that runs this weekend.
this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try that. I want to play some bowling.
Yeah,
And then be like, I probably won't buy this unless this gets real cheap. But it's a Nintendo game, so it won't.
it's a Nintendo game, so it will not.
Yeah. But I mean, cool. They're making a sequel to Wii Sports, which obviously this is not going to be as successful as Wii Sports was because that's just unprecedented.
Mm-hmm.
And also because it was free, so like, it can't. But I'm curious to see how this does for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, is this going to grab that audience they got for the Wii? Like, those old people who loved Wii Sports, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, they're making another one 15 years later.
Woo!
Or are they all dead?
I mean, my dad was super into it, and he's dead.
15 years
sorry,
is
I just kind of like made it a downer. Sorry about that.
I mean, I went with the dark humor, so.
Yeah. Woo. Okay.
Anyways,
Moving on.
next game is a little bit more cheerful.
Yay! Drumming.
They're making a new Taiko no Tatsujin for the Switch called Rhythm Festival. It has, I guess, some stuff in it and then new songs. It's probably going to have like half of the soundtrack that the other games have had, so like it's not going to be all new. But it's probably going to have way more features than the Xbox One version has. And the Xbox One version has no features. Oh my god, that is a bare bones version of Taiko no Tatsujin.
No.
It's bad.
That's sad.
But this looks like it has like they're trying to implement some of the stuff from like those RPG games they put out on the Switch or something. I don't know. It looked interesting, but also like maybe that soundtrack's good, and I'll probably get it when it's real cheap because that's usually how I buy Taiko no Tatsujin games.
That's what I'm thinking is when it's cheap, I'll get it.
Yeah. But hey, they're making another one. That's cool. That's coming out this year.
Yay! Happy drumming.
Clap, clap, clap. That's a different game.
Clap, clap, clap.
Bring out Donkey Konga. Bring it back.
Bring back Donkey Konga.
Let's do it. Let's start our campaign for that.
Let's do it.
Triangle Strategy got a last trailer because that is out in a couple of weeks.
Jeez, that's crazy.
And
there's like a demo that the progress transfers.
Yes, good. Not that I'm going to play it, but like more demos need to have progress transfer.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, that is something that should happen every single time. Progress should always transfer with demos.
I agree. Big ups for that.
Crazy pants.
I think that demo gets you like to like chapter 3 of the game or something. So like it's a good chunk of it. I don't know if it's a good chunk, but like it gives you a good.
It gives you a feel for it, I guess. Yeah. I'm not gonna play it, but
still glad they stayed with that name.
Triangle Strategy, yeah, it's pretty funny.
Thumbs up. After that, they showed off the Cuphead DLC Delicious Last Course, which is coming out on June 30th. It's more Cuphead.
I'm sorry.
And there's like a new character or something.
Oh, okay.
Metroid Dread's getting some free updates that are out now and in April, which is like a very hard mode, which is like a one hit and you're dead mode, and then an easy mode, and then like a boss rush mode comes later in in a couple months. Look, if I had played Metroid Dread, I would look at these updates and be like, "This is what you're giving us?
Yeah,
that's it. That's not that. That's pretty lackluster. If I'm being real."
I mean, the fact that they're like, "Hey, let's give you a one-hit KO mode," like, what is that nonsense?
I mean, people like to play the Metroid games and then be hard. So I'm not surprised by that, but also just like
they're wrong.
Those aren't substantial updates. Let's be real. I mean, they are free to be fair, but also just like
Eh.
And then after that, we got Earthbound. Coming to the Nintendo Switch, Super Nintendo on Entertainment System for Nintendo Switch Online, and then the Earthbound Beginnings which is Mother 1 for the Nintendo
Yep.
Entertainment System for Nintendo Switch Online, which is cool because like Earthbound Beginnings had only been available on the Wii U, and if you're shuttering that eShop,
Makes a lot of sense now.
put that thing out somewhere else. That's a good idea. Earthbound not being on the Switch Online stuff already is kind of surprising that it took them this long to do it.
Yep.
So, hey, cool that those games are out there. And then that was it. They didn't talk about Earthbound again.
Nope. Done. That's
a lot of people were like, they're going to announce it Mother 3 time. And I was like, oh, they're definitely not announcing that.
They're definitely
Let's be
not
real.
announcing
And lo and behold, they did not announce Mother 3 because Mother 3 is never coming out on a Nintendo platform outside of Japan.
Nope.
Let's be real. They showed off something for Zombie Army 4 Dead War coming out on April 26, 2022.
I don't even remember that.
I don't either. Getsu Fuma-den Undying Moon is out now, which is a Konami Famicom revival.
That art style is beautiful. Like the actual gameplay art style, really, really pretty.
It's surprising that Konami is making video games that are not soccer. I'm guessing this was in the montage section of the...
It was.
Yeah, that makes sense. They showed off a little bit of that Demon Slayer game coming June 10th to the Switch. They're making a Smash Brothers clone for Legos coming out in June 2022.
That was a strange choice.
Yep. 2 Point Campus coming out May 17th on the Switch.
Don't even remember that.
And then they're like, hey, Mario Kart fans, we got something for you.
We're like, ooh.
I was like, all right, they're Mario Kart 9. Here we go. And they're like, hey, Mario Kart 8 made us a lot of money. So we're going to keep Mario Kart 8 going.
Yep.
I was like, they're putting out a booster course pass, which is what, like 48 tracks or something over the course of the next year.
They're remaking a bunch of old tracks.
Yeah, specifically it's old tracks that are from past games and also the mobile game.
Yep.
I don't think it's anything new.
No.
So it's all just old tracks that are getting, revamped to be put into Mario Kart 8. $25 for all those tracks, which, like, to be fair, not a bad deal for 48 tracks.
That's not bad.
If you have Switch Online with like the 64 or Genesis stuff, you get it for free, which is cool.
Yeah.
At first, I was like bummed because it's not Mario Kart 9. But then also, you have to remember, hey, Mario Kart 8 made them a lot of money. They sold a lot of copies of that game.
A lot.
So I am not surprised that they are going back to the well on that to try and squeeze out a little bit more from the cash tree.
Yeah, not shocked at all. But I'm looking forward to, since we have that pass, we'll get to play some chaoticness together.
I will play more Mario Kart 8 with you.
Yay! I'm glad you will.
That first wave hits March 18th, which is like 8 tracks.
That's soon.
That is very soon. That's next month.
Oh. Yo, you ready to do some chaos next month?
I'm always ready for chaos. Chaos.
Yay!
I mean, that's also probably next month, isn't it?
I think so.
All sorts of chaos. Chaos.
Oh, man.
And then they ended with their final reveal, which was another one that you're just like, huh?
Man, I knew immediately when they started showing the stuff on there. I was like, I know what this is. I'm freaking out. Oh my God, I'm freaking out.
Well, like when they first showed the character, I was like, is this like a Atlas game? Because like it was a very like Atlas character design for the main character at first.
Playing his flute.
And then like you saw like the environment, and I was like, oh, this is Xenoblade.
Xenoblade.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yep.
Out September 2022.
I am so happy.
That is very soon.
It is very soon, considering it had not been officially announced until now.
Which we had talked about this, like going back, I think, to like the 2 podcasts that they had been in talks of, like, hey, we are making the next Xenoblade Chronicles game.
Yeah.
So like, it's not surprising that this is the thing, but like the fact that they are like, hey, we're making this game. Also, it's out in 7 months.
Right.
Pretty surprising.
They've got the High Intia are back, which is pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Um, one of the things that I'm trying to find the art. Why can't I find it?
Yeah.
Meh.
So like this is like bridging 1 and 2 together. That's one of the main things like that they've kind of talked about with this game already.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be interesting. So to be fair, I know you were very excited for this game.
I'm so excited.
I don't know if I'm going to get this game at launch.
You don't have to.
I'm going to wait because I didn't like 2 that much as you did. I got burnt out playing the remaster or the remake of 1.
Oh, I loved it.
And I really liked the DLCs of both of those games. So
Right.
I'll wait and see. Or maybe I'll just wait if there's a cool DLC and I'll just play that.
Okay, so I'm looking at the art now.
Mm-hmm.
The key visual that they're showing off, as you mentioned, like it's supposed to bridge the two. You have the sword of Mechonis is there, and then you have the Orion Titan is there, and it's like busted up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting, and I'm not sure what to make of that. There's also a character in there that looks significantly like Nia.
I think that's like the second protagonist.
Is it?
I think they came out and said that. Hang on.
At near the end of the trailer?
No, like on Twitter.
Oh.
I know.
Like near the end of the trailer, it looked like Nia at the and it's like Nia's outfit.
Let me see if I can find that real quick.
Okay.
Because like they show off a cat girl and they're like, yeah, this is the other protagonist of the game.
Yeah, Mio is a Gormati. So she's like Nia, but
No, I don't want this. I want Tweeter. Tweeter. Tweeter.
Tweeter.
Tweeter. Tweeter. Tweeter. Blah, 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 blah. Da, 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 da. I don't remember when they were talking about this, so here it is. Or at least some of it. Here's more of it. Was it, did they talk about it more later? Or, okay, that was too far. Went too far. This is Noah. He's one of the protagonists of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. He's got a ponytail and a flute.
Yep.
Mio, the other protagonist, she's a cat girl.
Yep. She's a Gormati.
Blah, blah, blah. Lons is a childhood friend of Noah's. He's big. Got a facial hair. And then this other girl. So maybe it was not the person you were talking about. You were talking about someone else. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was the same person or not.
Near the end of the trailer, there are 2 characters. One looks very, very much like Melia.
Mm-hmm.
And one very much like Nia. But then she opened her mouth and I'm like, she doesn't have that crazy Scottish accent. So I don't know that it's Nia, but like it looks like her.
Right.
But I think that one of the things is that if they had that accent come out, everybody would be like, oh, that's Nia.
Yeah.
Because that would be
a little too obvious.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. I'm curious to see like what they do with that, considering like, they're trying to essentially mesh 1 and 2 together and also do their own stories. So, and I know you're going to be very excited about it, and hopefully you don't run into an enemy that kills you at the first 15 minutes of the game and you spend the next 200 hours vying for revenge.
To be fair, it was not within the first 15 minutes.
Sorry, the first 20 minutes.
It was within the first many hours,
mm-hmm.
but the other part of it is correct.
You're going to pick up the phone to call the cops and be like, no, I must settle this on my own.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
It's a good joke.
Hilarious.
But yeah, that's it for everything announced in the U.S. Direct.
Yeah.
However, there was a few things announced in the Japanese Direct that we did not get. If you were curious, we can talk about those.
I am curious.
One of the things they talked about was a game called Loop 8 coming in 2022. It is a school life RPG from Marvelous. I don't think this has been announced for here, so I don't know if it's coming out over here or not. So, for right now, it is Japanese only. So there's that. They also did a trailer for the Centennial Case, a Shijima story, which this is coming out over here. This is a game from Square Enix. It is a FMV adventure game. One of the people who are like making this game also, I believe, made 428 Shibuya Scramble.
You mentioned that.
So it has that pedigree to it. So like, it's not like The Quiet Man where you're looking at it like, oh, cool FMV, but also this game looks like these people know how to make adventure games.
Right.
So there's that. The director also worked on Metal Gear Solid 5. And then one of the producers worked on Nier Automata. So some interesting pedigree in this game. That is coming out on May the 12th. And like I said, it is also coming out over here. I remember seeing it was coming out on PC over here. I don't know if it's also coming out on Switch or not. But it is coming out over here. Koei Tecmo is putting out a game called Taiko Rishaiden 5 DX on May 19th, which is like a game that originally came out in 2004 on the PlayStation 2 and PC. It is a turn-based tactics game with RPG stuff. This does not look like a game that's going to get localized.
Probably not.
Probably not. And then there was also some stuff that they put into their montage that did not get shown over here. They showed off a little bit of Tokan Rambu Muso, the Otome Muso game.
Nice. Sad we didn't get that shown here.
True.
Would have been a cooler Muso reveal.
They showed off a new trailer for Voice of Cards: The Forsaken Maiden, the second Voice of Cards game that's coming out this week. And then they also showed off some of Chocobo Grand Prix, and also, hey, Cloud Strife's in the game as an unlockable racer.
And Squall.
But also he's a Season Pass 1 exclusive reward.
Squall is?
Cloud.
Oh.
But yeah, Squall's in the game. He drives a car.
Yo, okay, I gotta explain this because it's me. Not only is it a car, it is the car from the end of disc 1.
Oh, where he dies.
No! During Idia's parade.
You knew that was
also
coming. Hook, line, and sinker.
Also, because I was really, really excited about this, they even matched the license plate number.
That's really good.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah. Chocobo GP comes out March 10th, by the way.
Is it coming out here?
Yeah.
I want that.
They have talked about that, and also like the official Final Fantasy Twitter account was talking about it. That's where this Cloud Strife picture is from that I'm looking at.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's coming out of here. And then they also showed off 13 Sentinels, which is coming out on the Switch on April 12th. That is also coming out over here.
Yes.
And then also Konami eBaseball Powerful Pro Baseball 2022 out on April 21st, 2022. That will not come out over here because they don't localize those games, unfortunately.
Is Chocobo game only digital?
I would not be surprised if that's the case.
Wait.
Let me see.
Okay.
Have you looked it up?
I was trying to, because I was gonna pre-order it.
I don't know how much it is. Already said Chocobo. Look at that Chocobo. He's got skates on. Yeah, this just says change region, proceed to retailer at the Nintendo eShop. So yeah, I'm guessing it's a digital only thing.
Rip.
Oh, if I want to get Chocobo GP Lite on the eShop, that's not a good sign.
Oh no. What does that mean?
I mean, that means like, hey, there's a you're gonna be paying stuff. Okay, so I'm thinking, is this free? And then you can get the actual game for $50, or
What?
upgrade to the full version of the game for $50.
What?
Yeah, that's the pricing on this.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a little oof. Oh yeah, this application is the free-to-play light version of Chocobo GP. It is possible to play the full game by purchasing an upgrade as DLC. The number of characters available to play in the light version differs from the number available in the full game. The only online versus mode available to play on the light version is Chocobo GP mode. For local multiplayer games, only owners of the full game are able to create lobbies, and players using the light version can only play by joining an existing lobby.
Huh.
Remember how well that worked for Crystal Chronicles?
Oh my god, it was a mess.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big bummer then.
So that's a, hey, I'll get this when it's on sale game.
Yep. But I'll forget because it's digital only, and that's something that I don't tend to pay attention to. Which, I mean, I guess Chrono Cross is the same way.
Well,
but...
if it ever goes on sale for a decent amount, I'll be like, hey,
hey,
it's on sale.
Let's race.
Let's race, vroom, vroom. But that's the Nintendo Direct. It was weird. Like I said,
it was. I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I came away from this having good feelings.
Yeah, like I said, saying it's weird is not a bad thing. It's just weird.
Yeah.
A whole lot of stuff that I was not expecting them to announce.
Yes.
That is for sure. But I believe that's going to wrap up this episode of the podcast as well.
We did it.
Exactly. We did it. So there you go. If you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Jared and Now Watch. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. Buy us a slice of pizza, get access to unedited versions of the podcast early, and a wealth of bonus content as well.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, we'll talk about something else for the last
I don't know.
episode of February.
Oh my god, this year is flying.
Too fast, too furious.
Oh my.